I'm looking, I'm not sure which microphone I've got on. I guess this one because I think it's working. What's that nickel doing up there? It's not supposed to be up there. I'm not ready for it, but I'll start it with that. Hi, been a while. I have a shadow over my shoulder. You see this shadow going down here? I shouldn't have a shadow. Got everything set up right. It's all right, but something's screwy, so we'll do something here. Um, I haven't. I could actually talk tonight. Since I quit smoking, I have been fighting so much phlegm. So let me get through this as quickly as I can, just to come on, kind of tell you what I've been doing. Uh, I didn't do any searching for, good gosh, about 6 weeks since. Well, it's been a little bit longer than that. I've only been coin roll hunting again for about 3 weeks right now. So I didn't do any coin roll hunting for about 5 weeks now. Maybe 6 or 7. And I'm getting a message. And I apologize, but that's okay. It's just a little extra sound. I know something else you're getting the sound from, too, my fan. Let's shut that off. Ooh, look at that. There's something up here. Ooh. Okay, I set this up quick, so what do I know tonight? I hope I have everything here. I got a 70S small day too. Oh, and it's uncirculated. Um, this is a 60D. As you see this little buggy boo up here? You see? Hi, Cheryl. I know you're waiting for me to get out here. I know you're there. You see that little cut error right there? I found 5 of these in the last maybe 10 boxes, 12 boxes. This is what the 60 should look like. Maybe this isn't what the 60 should look like, because I thought I had one here to show you as a regular, and then that. So, well, anyhow, there's your cut error, and we'll save that for last. That's going to be last. We'll put that over there. I have found some good stuff. I picked this up today, or I'm sorry, yesterday, and one of yesterday's boxes. It's a 38 Philadelphia, but it's in really, really super nice shape. I give it a 58 maybe, MS 58. It's in nice shape, and it would be a good coin to put in as take a filler out of somebody's book. What is that? Okay. Found a 1929. You can't really see the date that well. Actually, it could be a 20. No, this is a 25. I lied. It is a 25. You can see that. I do believe it's Philadelphia. Do I see a mint mark there? Do I see a slight little? No, I don't think so. But that's one of the nickels I found. I found another gold-plated nickel. I don't know if the gold plating will show up on the. Yeah, I guess it does, kind of. 2005. Doesn't really show up all that much. Let's give it a little more light and blast it with some LEDs. Doesn't really show up all that good, but yeah, I guess it does. It's gold plated, whatever you want to call it. I got this today. This was in the last couple of rolls that I went through. It looks like a really good grease error. I apologize for the microscope. I don't like it anymore. I'm gonna probably invest in a better one. I can get a little bit closer, but the adjustments on this thing, I mean, they work okay and they're fine, but it takes too much time. I don't like to mess around when you're doing a video. Just, I'd be like Ken Peavy. I'd be reaching this way, reaching there. I love Ken. Ken, I love you. If you watch this, if you don't watch it, I don't care about you anymore. Anyhow, this I do believe is a pretty good grease error, and I do find a lot of grease errors, but I go through a hell of a lot more nickels than most people, and pennies. I probably average. Well, I'm on. Today was my 466 box of pennies since April of last year. And there was, like I said, there was about 5 or 6 weeks there. I didn't search for anything, and that's a big timeline for me, because in 6 weeks I can go through a whole lot of boxes. See, there's the 60 I was looking for, and then here's the cut error, and you will find this quite often. if you look for it. It's you know, it's not a valuable coin. It's just something to pull out and say, looky, I've got a 1960 Cud error, or it's called a bar zero error. And there's so many different variations of this. Uh, it's funny that can be called, you know, a Cud can be called an error, but a die chip can't be called an error, and that really bothers me because I think they're one and the same. It's a malfunctioning of the, I found the 59 today, I think. See, I mean, things like this I just pull out and leave because they are um, AU or uncirculated, and then, you know, 40 years down the road, just in case we still use coins in this country, that might be worth something to the grandkids if they already didn't spend them on or give them to their kids for bubble gum. Here's a 60D small date, really nice shape. And here's another 60D small date, in not so good a shape. Now, a lot of people don't know about the small date and the large date, but on the small date, see, my voice is going to start to go, so it won't be out here long. The 6 will go up quite a bit more and curve down a bit on the large date, but the small date, the 6 is a lot smaller. And I'm going to get to it. Boy, I can't believe my voice is going this damn soon. All right, this is the second one of these I found since April of last year. Let's squeeze in on this puppy and get you a good view. All right, about there. I can go down a little bit more, I suppose. But this is my second 1939 Philadelphia double die on the back, on the reverse, the back, opposite of the front or obverse. So you see the double die on the Monticello and on the 5 cents. This is the second one I found um, since April. The other one I found is a little bit more, a little bit spread out more. The font is just a little bit. It's not the motto is not doubled, but the Monticello and the 5 cents is generally where you will find the doubling on this. And it was really cool because I've only found three 339 Philadelphias in the last, I'd say 15, 16, 17 boxes, and to find one another double die is really rare. And guess what? 466 boxes of pennies today, as of today. This is a first. I know you're going to say, oh, come on. That's the first. That's my first one. That is my first 1943 steel cent that I found in a box out of 466 boxes. And I hear people say they find them every 2 or 3 boxes. And, you know, that's cool if they really are. I don't know. 466 is a heck of a lot of boxes to go through. And, you know, I started this in 1966. And I still search. I searched through boxes the same way I did back then. Back then they weren't boxes; they were bags. We got them right from the banks here in Olean, the Exchange National Bank, and I think this was the one we really went to. We didn't have that many banks at Olean, but we went to the Exchange every time and got a $50 bag of pennies. And they were parking meter, as I've mentioned in previous videos like a year ago, and a $100 bag of nickels, also parking meter money. Now you got to remember, in 1966, that's only 6 years after the memorial went. I'm sorry, when the memorial came in, the memorial back on the Lincolns. So you can imagine how many wheats we were finding. More, I want to say. You know, my memory is very, very good about everything back then, but it seems like every third penny was a wheat. And my friend my mentor, who taught me how to coin collect, what to look for, how to search, different variations of searching through coins. You know, I see people, I probably can't get the other camera to work. I couldn't earlier, so I won't mess with it. But, you know, they just open up a roll and they scammer through it and skim through it and just push them around on a table. Don't do it that way. Come on. Really, I mean, if you, I don't know what you guys are all looking for. Of course, anything before 1960, you're supposed to save. They really aren't worth anything unless they're in the higher grade, extra fine, very fine, depending on what years. 1930s, 1940s, 1950s are all going to be different value-wise, depending on the grade. If you've got 1954 S and it's in very good condition, it's a nickel. I'm sorry, it's a nickel. It's not going to bring you a premium. Maybe somebody will give you a dime for it to fill in your book, or so they can fill their book in or whatever, until they upgrade to better coins. And the thing with me is when I'm searching through all of these boxes every week, I'm not looking for specifically wheat pennies. Yes, someday wheat pennies will be worth something, but not in my lifetime and probably not in my kids' lifetime. Uh, you got to remember how many billions of pennies were minted since 1909, and there's what is it? What's the highest? 1944? Is it the 44 Philadelphia or 44 Denver? One of those years they'd minted over a billion wheat pennies. It's not going to be worth anything. I mean, okay, they're 90% copper, yeah, but still, uh, wheat pennies again. It's not quantity that you really want to look for, it's quality. Uh, if you've got, let's say you've got 300 wheat pennies in very good to fine condition, and then you've got 20 wheat pennies that are uncirculated, you're better off with the 20. They're going to be more valuable. They'll be more valuable in years to come. But I just came out here. I also want to show you these, as long as we got the microscope down a little bit. I discovered a couple of different years of the die chips on the new nickels that they mint. These nickels are horrible looking coins. They really are. They're minted cheaply, but there's so many die chips on the from 2002 up, specifically on the 2014s, 15s, and 16s. But look here. On the left side of the Monticello, you see these two die chips? That's one of the major places that you'll find them on the 14, 15, and 16. Maybe some water will help. It usually doesn't. Excuse me. Maybe that will help. But there are several places that die chips occur. Over here on the left side, in the archway, in the windows. The major ones that I have been finding on all these different years. The S up here, the first loop of the S is filled with a die chip. Also, and this is kind of neat because I've got a few of them that have specific die chips in the same places. Under the T, there's a big chunk of a chip in the first loop of this S and the last O in Monticello. All of these places, and also to the right as well of the Monticello building. And sometimes this doorway is completely filled in with a die chip. I think that's on the 2015s. But here again, on this 16, there's a small die chip right, where's my thingy? Right there. And then on this one also, this is 2018s I found. This is a bit of a bigger die chip. But you know what? They're in the same places. I haven't seen them, as I said, on the T, the S, the O, on the right side. There is one that I have on the 2014 that this entire doorway or archway is filled in. Is that an archway? Geez, I should know the Monticello building, but I don't. This entire doorway's got a blob stuck in here. And then there's a big chunk over here that almost comes to the edge of the steps here. And this window is filled in too. And I've got 3 or 4 that are identical die chips on the 2014s. I started pulling them out, and I still do pull some out. Here's one here. I don't know what this is. This is that's a 17. Where's that one? Probably in the second. Oh, see that? You see that that chunk of garbage over here in the second O. It just filled the O right in. Yeah, that's a shame. But just cheaply made. You know, they aren't really super nice nickels. Another 2017. I can see that one with my glasses. Look at that old. Oh, how that's filled in the. And there's nothing over here. Somebody took a hammer to the door there in the center. But I do pull out all the coins prior to 1960, and when I get 40 of them, I make a roll. Again, see the die chip in the O. This is a 2015. I make rolls of them, and hopefully, you know, pass them down to the grandkids, and if they're worth anything when they're 30 or 40 years old, so be it. I don't think they're going to be, though. Just too many were minted. But coin collecting is fun. I do collect a lot of bills. I go through a lot of bills. I don't collect a lot of bills. It can get expensive after a while when you're just stashing stuff away. I got a couple of King Georges too, Canadian. I do pull all Canadian pennies out, all of them. Every Canadian penny I find in a box goes in a into a holder, into big tubs actually. That one is a 19. I got the thing down too far, 46. And this one is a 41. I like the Canadian pennies. I always have. And I like the King Georges. I love the large Canadians since I'm working on completing a set of them. There's some pretty expensive ones in there, so I probably won't get to all of them right away. But that's what I've been doing. As you can see, I'm losing my voice because of talking. So, you know, I want to get out here and live stream, but it's awfully hard to do it when I'm choking all the time. I didn't even show you. I mean, I do post these things on Facebook in the various groups. What is that? What's the measure of Ben Franklin sitting up? I got so much. I did find another wham too. That's only my second wham, my second wide AM. Right there. That's a 98. This is a 98. My first one was a 2000. This is a 98 wham. So that's my second one. Second out of 466 boxes. Ken Peavy had told me you find one every 10 boxes or so. So I should have 46 more. And this is my second also. Take a look at the date, 1950. You see it's in a holder, so you know what it's going to be. It's the key date of the Jefferson Nickels, 1950D. And look at that. Look at it's got some steps. It's not completely worn like most of them from 1950. I'd give this a 55, maybe 54, 53, and that's 53. About somewhere around there. I undergrade all of my coins if I can. I can't show you. Yes, I can. I'll just bend this down. All these loose pennies, I have to go through because a few of them are errors, and there's a bunch of 70S's up here. I just throw them up there, and I don't get to them. And then I'll go through a whole bunch more of, more boxes. And I know I had a lot more to show you guys. I've been doing so much since I started again. But that's the bulk of it. I do have a lot. There's piles. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 piles of nickels that are 1960 and prior. Oh, since I started, I got 9 war nickels out of one box. And I've got here 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Why am I counting by twos? 10, 15, 20, 23. 23 war nickels since. Hang on, I'm thinking in my head here. I just counted them today. 23 war nickels and that is I average 2 a box, but I haven't been this. I had 3 boxes in a row with nothing. I had 4 boxes with 1 and 3 boxes with none. But 23 out of, I think, 7 or 8 boxes. But then we got to remember, 1 was 9 out of 1 box. That's rare. The best I've ever done is 6. No, 7. I did get 7 out of 1 box one time. I did the video on that one somewhere way back in the day. But that's what I've been doing. I even shaved my head for you today so I could make a video. I told Cheryl Bussman I would be on. We were chatting in Messenger earlier while I was watching our Korean war heroes being brought home. That's really something that the remains have been brought home, and they were in Korea since, how many years? 65. That's a long time. I wonder why no other president was able to get them here. Don't know. Maybe the negotiating didn't happen or something. I don't know. I never followed politics till now. Oh, jeepers creepers. I put this in a holder. Let me take it out. Holy cow. I got to show you this one. I already posted it 3 times on Facebook today. Look at this. In a box. Oh, look at the boo-boo it's got. I mean, it's worn down to nothing. Let me pull it up here. Let me get you the whole shot of this. Because this is a semi-key date. Where are you going, Paul? Where are you going? Straighten that up. This is a semi-key, 1875. Here we go. Semi-key, 1875. Get that Paulie's Nichols thing out of the way. Well, I wouldn't do any good. I'd have to bring my scope down bigger. But semi-key, I don't know, what's it worth? $6, $7, $8? I don't know. I see these things on eBay in this condition go from anywhere from $5 to $60. Who else gets frustrated? I really get frustrated when I go to eBay and I'm looking up. What do we got in here? Oh my God! Look at all the stuff in this cabinet. What's wrong with me? I look up stuff on eBay, and what I want, when I look for something, well, these aren't old. I mean, these aren't. This one. Oh, wrong way. No, is that the right way? That's the right way. Okay, that's not a really low serial number. I mean, for me, it's low. It's 273. All right, 273. And that's almost uncirculated. This is uncirculated. This is choice new, and the serial number on that is 574. 5 zeros, 574. Now that's a low serial number. I get so mad when I spend an hour and a half looking at every bill, and you have to. You really, look, I left a note for myself. Sri Lanka, 20 rupees. Why? I want nothing to do with Sri Lanka coins. I spend an hour and a half on eBay looking at every single bill that says low serial number. And I get on there, and the first thing I see is a serial number with a 0 in the beginning. There's 1 0. Here, there's one here. Why is this bill up here? Hang on a minute, guys. Oh, that's a phone number for my old boss in Arizona. His number is 0656. But I'll see a serial number starting with this, and they call it a low serial number. What the hell are they talking about? If it doesn't have 4 zeros to begin the serial, it's not low for me. Extreme low. There's low. There's very low. There's extremely low. Everybody has their own preference to what they mean by that. Low to me would be low for me is 4 zeros. It starts out with 4 zeros. Very low is what these are. I've got 3 bills up here that are 3 digits, so they're very low. Extremely low is anything 100 and under. That's extremely low. I don't find a serial number with 2 zeros to be low. It's not low. It's not low at all. It's not even close to being low. Not for me. But I look at every single bill because most of them you can't see the picture close enough to see how many zeros or what it is. But I did miss the one thing that I'm looking out for that I really want now is a mismatched serial number. You'll find them on eBay. They generally average between I've seen them for like 325 bucks on upwards, depending on condition, of 2 or 3, 4,000, and in mint shape, new, crisp. But I've seen them for 300. I saw one for 254, and it was in pretty decent shape. But I'm not going to pay that. I'll take my chance of going through another 100,000 in ones. Another thing that I've noticed, and I noticed this back in the day when my mind was sharper, although I can still get through these coins pretty doggone quick. And one thing I noticed is when I'm going through serial numbers, and I read it, the way I read a serial number off when I'm looking at bills, I'm rambling a lot, aren't I? Here's a trinary, which I don't collect them anymore. If somebody wants these, the way I read it, I'll read the first 4. Excuse me, guys, that's what happens. I'll read the first 4 out loud as I'm looking at the top. I hate this. Bear with me. I should have music going so I can take a break. Yeah, I had music going before, and I got a slap for 90 days. But I'll read the 4 looking here. I'll read it from there as I'm looking up here. And then I'll read the second 4 out loud as I'm looking down here, so I can get through them quickly. And I'm going to call it a night because my throat doesn't want to listen to me. Dang it. 45 years of smoking and then cold turkey quitting. Do I feel better? No. I feel worse. I really do. And most days I feel worse than I did. So that's what I've been doing. I will make these things as I see fit. And I have on Friday, I hope you've been watching this all the way up to now. How long have we been on? This is a 28-minute video. Holy cow, yappity yap yap. Friday of this week, I'm going to give something away. I'll make a video for it, so watch for it. I'll put it in the information for this one too. I'm going to give a Proof 69 coin away, and the details will be in the video on this one. So I shall see you later. Wow, I really got through this tonight. Just under 29 minutes. See you later. Have a good night. I miss you guys. I hope I can get out here more often if my voice will let me do it. Bye.